A $1,200 second stimulus check is now in play in the negotiations for your second stimulus package. Joe Biden confirmed today, late today, after the taping of afternoon's LALATE. Joe Biden says the negotiations for the CR, which is turning into the second stimulus package, still has in play a $1,200 check. Meantime, Bernie Sanders, the Democrat out of Vermont, says that he will not support and will urge all senators to reject the bill as written unless it has a stimulus check in there. And Bernie Sanders is the man who wrote the bill with Senator Harris, now VP-elect Harris, $2,000 every month for 6 months. And then this. AOC came out denouncing the proposal as well, saying, what is going on here? We need a $1,200 stimulus check at least. Meantime, Joe Biden, continuing to repeat the statements of this channel in the last 24 hours, says that you need a stimulus check, you need an eviction moratorium, and it's shocking that there's nothing in there for an eviction moratorium, and you need a mortgage forbearance. Exactly the words of this channel no less than 24 hours ago. Tonight, the entire universe of the second stimulus check negotiations has turned in the positive. Meantime, states across the country are sending out $1,200 stimulus checks to you as well. These are state stimulus checks. And elsewhere, states that had closed rent stimulus programs are now reopening them on the 11th hour to ensure you have money to get through these winter weeks. Breaking developments, it's all incredible, great news. So glad you joined me, and I'm so glad you're part of this community. And this is Evenings LALATE. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Evenings LALATE, in a night in which you see the power of the purple. 24 hours ago, this channel urged you to get on social media and get the message loud and clear out that the proposals, their memos, for the CR stimulus, second stimulus package, need to be revised to include a stimulus check, eviction moratorium, and mortgage forbearance. Those three things. Tonight, President-elect Joe Biden, AOC, and Bernie Sanders have come out publicly and repeated those exact same statements after your push of the purple power. Boy, this is jaw-dropping incredible. Please subscribe, because no one really does what you and I do out there. With 750,000 followers across social media platforms and 2 million viewers per day on this channel, which is now the most watched stimulus channel anywhere worldwide. There's a reason why we get together and do what we do, because we agree upon the obvious: a stimulus check, eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance. Meantime, I'm getting you rent money. I'm getting you free rent money. I'm getting you stimulus. I'm getting you utility grants. And I'm getting them in the next 24 hours for you. So ultimately what we're doing with Congress, they have a deadline of December 11th. Your deadline with me is 24 hours because we're getting big money right now. So please subscribe. Go to the front channel, hit the subscribe button, and hit the alert button so you do not miss a video on this channel, because things are changing by the second. Also, like this video. In this video tonight, I'll be going over what happened tonight and why it's totally different than where we were even just a few hours ago on the second stimulus check and second stimulus package. Then I'll be going to those words by Larry Kudlow, which I'm still going back to because they're very important, especially when we're talking about the second stimulus check. His words were to repurpose CARES Act 1 money. Sound familiar? Yes. We'll go to the problem solvers' words where they said we're almost at the finish line. Sound familiar? Yes, as well. Meantime, states are giving out big stimulus checks, $1,200 stimulus checks to residents across the country. And it's important for you to understand that states and cities which had closed rent programs are now opening them everywhere. Why is this no surprise to you? Because I told you they're going to do this right before December 15th. It's the CARES Act 1 money that's running out. They got to use it or lose it. Boy, it's getting so exciting. I'm so glad you're here. And now let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here tonight is just jaw-dropping incredible. Joe Biden came out, and I don't know who I'm more excited about, whether it's CNBC, who dedicated an entire video tonight about the need for a stimulus check in the second stimulus package of the CR, or the reporter who actually stood up and asked Joe Biden this exact question: why the hell is there no stimulus check in the CR? Joe Biden says, oh, no. Wait a second. That's still in play, honey. Let me explain what the CR is and where we are with the negotiations. The CR is a budget bill. The budget bill has to be approved by the Senate, approved by the House, and land on the president's desk to sign into law by December 11th, or the federal government shuts down. A CR, continuing resolution budget bill, usually doesn't have a lot of stimulus in it at all during this pandemic, maybe 1 or 2 items. But last Sunday, I urged you to get on social media and get the message out clear. Hashtag CR for stimulus. Put stimulus in the CR. And it worked. So now everyone has agreed that there will be stimulus in the CR. And they've agreed that that CR will have stimulus relief for millions of Americans. The deadline is December 11th. There's no deadline. There's no way around it. The chief negotiators are the following: Mitch McConnell for the Republicans and Joe Biden for the Democrats. Anyone can negotiate for any party. I can negotiate for the Democrats, but Joe Biden is fully the lead negotiator. Tonight, he said, you know what? He said, you know what? I don't know what's going on with this stuff. There's stuff that's missing here. This comes after Nancy Pelosi supported the stuff that's missing. Joe Biden says, we need an eviction moratorium. Why is there no eviction moratorium in this? I guess he heard my video. He said, why is there no mortgage forbearance? What? It has to be in there. It's missing. And then a very nice reporter asked him, Mr. President-elect, what is your position about stimulus check? Why is there no stimulus check in the memo proposals? Oh, no. The stimulus check is still in play. The $1,200 stimulus check is still in play and still a part of the negotiations. Thank goodness. Getting people to support the stimulus check has been an effort, as you know. And now we have the leader of the Democratic Party saying that he's pushing for a $1,200 stimulus check. Thank goodness. Now, let's go to the other deal provisions: eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance. None of these proposals have them in them. But now Joe Biden says he will not accept them unless they have all those 3 things: stimulus checks, eviction moratorium, and mortgage forbearance. But how about other people? We have more good news. Bernie Sanders, the Democrat out of Vermont, said today in a blasting, angry message, I'm not going to support this crap bill because a crap bill doesn't help anyone. The bill is a joke. It doesn't help anyone. Millions of Americans only get their relief from the federal government as stimulus by a stimulus check. He said that's the instrument that people get relief. Who are you giving relief to in this bill? I'll answer this question for you. They're giving relief to restaurant owners that have a net worth of $25 million by giving them a $2 million PPP grant. That's who they're helping. And also people who want to deduct their business lunches for 2019 on their tax return. That's who they're helping. And Bernie Sanders said that's enough. Now, who is Bernie Sanders? He's the guy who wrote the bill with Senator Harris, VP-elect Harris, $2,000 a month, every month for 6 months until the pandemic improves or unemployment goes away. Do you think they're involved in the talks? They sure are. Joe Biden said he spoke to Senator Harris today about her thoughts on the CR. Gotcha. All right, now let's go to AOC. The Democrat in New York. She said this is horrible. What is this junk? This is a junk bill. It needs to have a stimulus check in there. Why is there no stimulus check in there? The heavens have opened. We literally now have people waking up. And as if this is even more important, we have news reporters waking up. CNBC had this as their lead story tonight on their broadcast news channel and went over why was there no stimulus check included by Mitch McConnell? Why was there no stimulus check included by Nancy Pelosi? They're now hammering the issue. Everyone's getting on point really quickly and really well. Then, Larry Kudlow, I'm still going back to Larry Kudlow's incredibly good comments from CNBC this morning. In a live interview, Larry Kudlow says, I don't understand what's going on with these negotiations for the CR because there's all this money sitting around at SBA that can be repurposed from as part of the second stimulus package. I just, how many people are watching this channel? I just really want to know. Larry Kudlow confirmed that there's CARES Act 1 money sitting at SBA at Javita Carranza's office under a scarf that has unused PPP money. Well, he did not mention the scarf part, but he mentioned everything else. He said $600 billion. Well, at least. So we're pretty darn close. I've been saying it's 800. He says 600. That is enough as one $1,200 stimulus check, because we also learned today a $1,200 stimulus check costs about $300 billion. Just get it done and have Larry tell you to repurpose the money. Mitch McConnell wants to repurpose money. In fact, his memo about the CR says, let's do this by repurposing as much money as possible. Really, really good news. Why is there so much change tonight? The change tonight is probably because the junk is hitting the fan. The junk is the numbers. New job creation numbers were out today. They were absolutely horrific. They were so bad that Larry Kudlow, Mr. Positivity, said, yeah, I'm really not happy about these numbers. They were bad. New lockdowns are being announced across the country in major metropolitan cities that determine the gross national product and the economy of this nation. San Francisco, Northern California, LA, all these major cities and other states across the country are announcing major lockdowns. Those lockdowns mean unemployment. People need unemployment and the urgency. UI and PUA are expiring in just a few weeks. The good news is that all these proposals, and again, they're proposals. There is no bill. There is no bill yet, just proposals or memos. All these proposals from Mitch and the moderates call for an extension of UI and PUA for 1 month. Thank goodness. So no one wants you to lose these weeks. And again, the lead article tonight on CNBC's broadcast news channel with Shepard Smith was 21 million Americans are about to lose unemployment assistance. What is Congress doing? The message is getting out very loud and clear. As Joe Biden said today, why will the situation change quickly? Because ultimately, if you live in a Republican jurisdiction that Mitch McConnell represents, you're going to see rampant homelessness and rampant deaths. The number of deaths today was 3,000 across the country, just today alone from COVID-19. God bless those people that unfortunately left us today. Now let me turn to the big developments across the board for your states. This is a shocking one. States have really had your back more than you and me and anyone else. They're just, well, maybe not as much as me. But states have done an incredible job in the last few days. They've stepped up. And states are now issuing $1,200 stimulus checks, $375 stimulus checks, $500 stimulus checks, $25,000 grants across states, every left and right. Why are they doing this? For several reasons. One, they don't like that you haven't gotten a stimulus check. Two, they understand you're going on lockdown, and they're giving the stimulus before you go on lockdown. But they're doing more than even that. In the city of New York, in the state of New York, they've announced new rent programs after they had closed out their rent program before. So millions of viewers who tune into this channel have been asking, where's the rent assistance in New York? It's back. It's back. The rent assistance in New York is back. Georgia, it's gone. I can't find anything in Georgia. Where's some rent help in Georgia, LA? It's back. Gwinnett County, Atlanta, DeKalb, my mind went blank. Well, those 5-6 counties, you know, the big ones in Georgia, going live with a new rent grant program. San Diego County, Houston. We keep on having more announced by the minute. It's incredible good news. Then states are doing something else. They don't want you to lose unemployment on January 1st. And they're deeply concerned that the federal government may botch this by December 11th and shut down the federal government. They don't want that to happen. And I haven't said this in any of the recordings, but there's a routing time problem. States have to have money in hand ready to send to you on January 1st. They can't wait to December 31st to say, oh, you know what, we're going to give you additional weeks of benefits. Don't worry. They got to do it a few weeks ahead of time. And so now states are stepping forward and saying, you know what, we're going to give you additional weeks of what we call extended weeks of UI benefits right now. And those weeks will cover you further out. Hawaii is among the states that are doing it. What's important for you to understand is, and this is what I said on Being a Mitch, which was live about unemployment right before this video, is you need to certify for your weeks always. Keep on certifying. Keep on certifying. Because ultimately, that's the important thing. Finally, viewers are going to ask me about how about the $2,400 of SSI? How about FPC? How about the multiple stimulus checks? Joe Biden made clear today and clear yesterday, and his comments are very clear. I gotta say, I'm very happy I'm hearing someone talk about numbers. Nancy Pelosi spoke today, and she talked nothing about numbers, nothing about details, just a lot of adjectives and adverbs, story tales and American and science and death. It's give me numbers and give me deal provisions. She told us nothing. Joe Biden came out and spoke about deal provisions again today, and he says he's going to get you $600 FPUC back to the date of eligibility, which is July, $600 a week in January. I don't know if he will, but he's going to introduce the bill that way. He then is reassuring you're going to get the $2,400 SSI and SSDI with the up to 20% increase lifetime and the step up annually based upon a new benchmark. You're going to get hazard pay. You're going to get multiple stimulus checks and as many stimulus relief bills as you need. And you're going to get everything else I talk about on this channel, rent, food, EIDL. You're going to get all those things as well. But he wants to ensure Americans that the bill that's being done now, the CR, the continuing resolution, the budget bill, or as I'm now calling it, the second stimulus package, not the January one, the third stimulus package, will not be as robust as it could be. It's just going to get some stuff that's out, get it out right now. With that, there's so much developing, and I really appreciate the kindness and the spirit of the viewership today. In days like this, it's very important to remain positive and focused. You know, you could start the day and ultimately hope and fear. You can start the day and ultimately fear that there'll be people jumping in the comments and saying, the bill says this when there is no bill. Or there's only one bill when there is no bill at all. There's actually a lot of memos. Or there never will be. And you didn't really do that. And so I really appreciate it. I've been trying to keep you up to date by the nuances of whether it's a proposal or a memo, whether it's a bill or not, whether there's something actually written or not, whether it's actually agreed upon or not, and what deal offers people are doing. As we sit here tonight, we do not have what was expected to come from Nancy Pelosi, a higher offer over $900 billion. We still only have two memos, one for the moderates and one for Mitch. And of course, the comments from everyone else tonight, which is incredible. As always, join me on Evenings Purple Power coming right after this. And then join me tomorrow morning on Mornings LALATE at 6 a.m. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay in LA for more.